Yaman, the pride of his country, a figure admired not only for his looks, but also for his intelligence, discipline, and legal background. A man who built his career step by step, with strategy and vision, becoming an international reference. But now, all of that seems to be crumbling. The latest images leave no doubt. This is not the Jan we used to know. We saw him at a public event with a demeanor that surprised even his most loyal fans. Sitting, a woman on his lap, smiling without meaning. A scene that, more than scandalous, felt heartbreaking. Where is the man who once measured every step, every gesture, every word? Her name is Sarah Bluma, influencer, musician, social media figure. But beyond her persona, what's truly concerning is the influence she has over Jan. Because she's pulling him away from himself, from his core, from his discipline, wrapping him in a shallow, noisy, empty image. And for someone like him, that's devastating. Diane's mother, Guldum, has remained silent. But sometimes silence screams louder than 1,000 words. Her gestures, her distance, her eyes, all show concern. Because a mother knows, and she knows her son is not well, that he's surrounded by people who don't protect him, who are leading him into an emotional void. Jan is not just an actor. He is a symbol. He belongs to his country, his roots, to those who believe in effort and perseverance. Not to a fake image made for cameras, not to a viral moment, not to a borrowed strategy. And the most painful thing is seeing all of this collapse in public. The red carpet, once a place of recognition, has become the scene of an identity crisis. What we saw wasn't love. It was an internal struggle, a silent cry from someone who is losing himself. But not everything is lost. Jan can rebuild. He can start again, not in the spotlight, but from within, with a new project, a deep character, a script that challenges him as an actor and heals him as a man. But to do that, he must walk away from Sarah, from her calculated smile, from her strategies, from that world that is taking him away from his truth. Because this is not a love story. It is a battle for a man's soul, and Jan still has time to win it. Sometimes I wonder what really happened to Demet Özdemir, that woman who once shone brightly, who captivated with her smile and clear gaze, seems to have been left behind. I'm not talking about fame or success. She still has those. I'm talking about her soul, that inner light that used to set her apart from everyone else. Today, when I look at her, I see something else, something forced, a mask. Many will say she's simply changed, that she's grown up, that it's a new chapter. But it's not just about evolution. It's about how she has emotionally emptied herself, drifting away from her true self. In every gesture, every public appearance, every personal choice, I sense a disconnect, as if she's trying to prove something to the world, even though deep down, she doesn't believe it herself. And I don't say this out of prejudice, but out of disappointment. Because I, like so many others, believed in her authenticity. I admired her strength, her energy, her ability to stay grounded in a world that devours sensitive souls. But then she started making choices that confused even us, her longtime followers. Fleeting relationships, sudden trips, awkward silences, contradictory attitudes. And most of all, that strange bond with Yaman, which still feels like an open wound for both. Let's be honest, no matter how hard one tries to erase the past, the traces of that story remain. You can't easily forget such a deep connection, nor pretend it never happened. Yet Demet has chosen to look the other way, to act as if nothing affects her, as if she's above pain, above love. But I don't buy it. Her actions don't reflect freedom, but escape. Many say Ken ran away from her, that he avoided her, that he fled to another life. But I think Demet also ran away, only in a different way. She chose silence, calculated indifference, measured appearances. She didn't face the conflict. She didn't speak, didn't explain. She hid behind an armor that over time has started to rust. Because the audience isn't blind, and behind every perfect photo, there's a truth screaming to be seen. What's saddest is how, in trying to appear strong, she's ended up projecting coldness. A coldness that many of her former fans no longer understand. That doesn't connect, that doesn't move. And I don't say it with anger or resentment. I say it with sorrow. Because I know that behind this seemingly confident woman, there was once someone vulnerable, passionate, full of light. Where did she go? Some even blame her. They say she ruined everything, that she extinguished Can, manipulated, destroyed what they had. I wouldn't go that far, because every relationship is a two-way street. But I do believe Demet played a significant role in this breakup. Not just emotional, but spiritual. She couldn't protect what was real, what truly mattered. Or maybe she didn't want to. Now we see her surrounded by new people, new interests, new projects which, yes, are successful, but they don't fulfill. Because professional glory isn't always a sign of personal happiness. And in her eyes, despite the cameras and contracts, I no longer see completeness. I see loneliness. I see distance. I see pride. Maybe, with time, she'll reflect. Maybe one day, she'll look at herself without filters and realize what she lost by trying to maintain an image. Because when you build your life around what others expect, you end up getting lost in the mirror. And I hope it's not too late to recover what she once was. Demet remains a talented actress, a strong figure. But I miss the woman who showed herself without fear. The one who laughed with her heart, not with a script. The one who cried when she needed to. That woman, who now seems asleep, deserves to return. Because only from truth are the stories born that are worth telling. And so far, hers remains unfinished.